Cooper.
Yep.
Where was Jimmy this week?
He was out riding dirt bikes, doing what he does best.
Yeah, and he didn't invite us.
Yep.
He was out riding the 2023 KTM two-stroke motocross models out in Costa Mesa. And he also came on to talk about suspension, right?
Yep, he did.
Okay. What did Logan do?
Well,
He did something. He did a really unique hole shot technique as well. We go into that, and then we also had a really good segment of Rooster Endo. So it was a great show.
Go ahead
Do you think
and
people
tune
should
in.
listen? Yeah.
Yep, tune in.
Go ahead and
that.
listen.
If you want to support Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, thank Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, and you can always shop through Amazon on our links on dirtbiketest.com. And don't forget the push-through button on Rocky Mountain MC, also on www.dirtbiketest.com. Now here's the show.
All right. Live from Pahrump, Nevada, and, well, apparently from Costa Mesa, too. You already heard him. But it's Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, episode 143. I'm Matt Mattoon.
And I'm Cooper Luke.
And this is the show that talks to you about what?
Dirt bikes.
And motorcycle-related products. And, yes, we did practice that. It was pretty intense. But anyway, welcome, everyone. We hope you're having you had a good Memorial Day weekend. Glad that you're all what's the word I'm thinking of? Glad you're all here. There we go. So we have some great things to talk to you about. Jimmy is going to join in here pretty shortly. He was talking to us about he's going to talk to us about some KTMs that he may or may not have ridden. And I think Logan's going to share some stories about racing this weekend. What were you riding?
YZ125.
YZ125. What like a new one too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2022.
Yeah.
Cool. And then he put it through the ringer. You're going to find out what we mean by that here shortly. But really quickly, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, because without them, the show isn't possible. When you thank Yamaha, Takamoto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, and new, starting today, we're excited to announce Seat Concepts has come on board. And we're gonna have we'll talk a little bit more about it with Jimmy later, but we're gonna have an exciting new segment starting next week that we'll share when Jimmy comes on. But anyway, we also want to go ahead. I also remind everyone that if you want to support Dirt Bike Test as a whole, you can go through the Amazon banner links as well as the Rocky Mountain MC and ATV links on dirtbiketest.com. We get a small slice of that of whatever you purchase. You don't have to buy as soon as you go through that link. You can just go through that link and then purchase whatever you want, and it'll help us out a lot. So also, let's see, what else am I thinking of here? Also, jimmylewisoffroad.com/learn to ride to go ahead and get that's another way you can support us, to purchase our online courses. And then you also receive access to the beta test for the online coaching program we have going on right now. So that's pretty much all the sponsors we have here. And then I think we also have some other guy who wants to come on right now. Yeah. So we'll bring him on right now. He's actually the main guy he's the person you're used to seeing in this chair. It's Jimmy Lewis. Hey, Jimmy.
Let me on my own show.
No. I'm going to hold the hostage a little bit more. I think if I can come up with some more sponsor reads. I got to update the sheet right here is what I'm realizing. There's a lot of paragraphs, and there shouldn't be paragraphs on the sponsor sheet.
Okay. So first of all, Cletus there on the right, he's the guy on the right. He looks like he's going deer in the headlights. You got to give him a little more, little deer in the headlights right now. It's really interesting to see your own show.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is you forgot to mention Fasst Company, Flex handlebars, right?
Oh no, I did mention Fasst Company.
Did he?
Yeah, it was Fasst Company. I think I said it really quickly, and then I went into the suspense, building suspense for the Seat Concepts. Right.
So okay, well then good job. Hey, the set looks really good, Logan. You did it. You helped me do a really good job on the set. It's nice to see the show from this side. I got busy today. I couldn't make it into the office, so I had to, because I was riding dirt bikes all day, which is something that I do every once in a while. And now I'm back here hanging out. But yeah, thanks for bringing the show on. You're gonna do a Yamaha read?
Yeah, we'll do a Yamaha read. We also see Heather there.
Yeah, Heather. I'm using her YouTube account, so when she says really nasty things and stuff, it's not me. And we've got a good delay on that.
Yeah, we have a really big delay on that.
So I can understand now. I can understand better why people like we talk about something and it takes them 30 seconds to a minute and a half to react.
Right.
It's the internet's. It's a bunch of tubes. It's a bunch of tubes that kind of throw informations down the pipe, and it takes a while for it to get there to some people. So, by the way, thanks everybody for joining in. It's awesome to see everybody, even though I can't see you. And if I do see you, it's 30 seconds to a minute too late. So that's good. Do you have a list of questions?
I do have a short list of questions. We don't have as much as we normally would like to have. So the chat, I hope the chat's gonna have some questions for us.
You weren't supposed to do that. I don't know if you were on the screen when you did that. Actually,
I was.
You sure?
She was on screen, but we made you small. We made you small.
You might have been small at that point.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if we really saw it.
Yeah, no. Tonight, remember there's a delay. You think you were doing that. Tonight, make me big on the screen.
You can see, watch.
Make me big on the screen. Tonight is brought to you by El Mayor. This is
Get me drinking right now. You can see me.
Oh yeah, that was way too big of a shot to be. That was my whole show shot that my wife just downed. And good job, Heather. We'll have giggles on the show in about 15 minutes.
Oh.
So I'm gonna pour myself my in case she doesn't grab it again. It's just part time. You should know better than anybody about quantity of alcohol. So anyhow, maybe it's time for a little Yamaha read.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. So I'm going to have Cletus go up for us here.
All right, for the Yamaha YZ 4-stroke. For motocross riders driven to dominate, the Yamaha YZ lineup of 4-strokes bikes are built for victory. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to explore what's new and improved for 2022. The YZ 450F and 250F bring the performance with powerful 4-stroke engines, reducing unsprung weight and new suspension settings. For the look of a full factory ride, both the YZ 450F and 250F come in the exclusive Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Edition graphics package. And you could take the precision tunability to the next level with the Yamaha exclusive and industry's only free power tuner app. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to find your Yamaha YZ and enter the victory zone.
Very good. That was awesome.
Thank you. Did I mess up any words?
I don't think you messed up any words, but next time let's go ahead and improvise a little bit.
You said YZ too sippy, and I was thinking, were you going to take that with a Cerbis plastic and ride it at Wachugala?
Oh God! I was expecting I was going to get made fun of the tunability.
You thought it was only going to be a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah. No,
I got you. Cool. Yeah. So we actually have a question in the chat already, Jimmy. I'm going to go ahead and ask it. What's Jimmy's opinion on the new Gas 700? If you've seen it.
I have seen it. So the Gas 700 is a Husky 701 is a KTM 690. So I don't know how much more I need to discuss that. I think that bike is on one of my lists. And
is it the good list?
It's probably not the best list to be on, but it's going to be one of those, one of those kind of bikes. And I haven't ridden one, so I can't tell you. I think it's a kind of this mid-size sort of, it's their first street bike. It's Gas's first street bike. It's this mid-size adventure, but it's the KTM 690 that's red. So if you want to know more about this, go to Baja Diaries YouTube page. I think he has some videos on the KTM 690 that'll just take you down. He's worse than me. I mean, a certain direction with that bike, but I haven't ridden it until I ride it. I can't really tell you what I think, but I know what it's based on, and that has a really good motor on it in a sort of a dual chassis that's a little bit confused these days. where, you know, in bikes that are so purpose built and so good at doing things, in the adventure bike category, it's so middle of the road. It's middle of the road. So that's what I think, but I don't know because I haven't ridden it.
Right. But pretty informed.
We got another question from Desert Adventurers. He said, last week you talked about the CD Crossfire. You held up the SRS version. Why do you prefer that version over the TA?
Oh, that's a real easy question, and actually a really good question. So there's two reasons for this. Number one is I like a really stiff boot with a very stiff floor and a lot of protection for my 9 toes. I used to have 10 toes, but one little piggy didn't make it back from the market. And that base that holds on the replaceable sole is actually really stiff and doesn't flex downward. And by downward, I mean, you know, like when you land off a jump, I don't want my foot to flex kind of that way.
Yeah, on the
and
peg.
So that's why I prefer the SRS over the TA, but the TA it's a really good boot. I think it's a little bit more on the price point. And we actually just got a set of, they sent us a set. I don't know what they call their newer, I'll call it midline boot. It's not like a full grain leather where there is leather or leather-like materials, however they describe this, but I haven't worn them yet. And but today I went to the track and I was riding motocross bikes and I had both a Hoto, and my Crossfires, and just because I wanted to really feel stuff, I went with the Crossfires because those are the ones I wear all the time, and I wore them all weekend and the day before and the other stuff. So yeah, good question, Desert Adventures.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Okay. That's
the kind of information you can get on this show, by the way, if you listen through all the other crap that you guys do.
Like the awkward silences and all the uhs and ums that I have.
You do sound a little nervous. Does he sound a little nervous?
Oh yeah, I'm shaking in my boots.
He needs some tequila.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, he can drink it. He's old enough.
I am old enough. I can drink it, but I don't know if I really want to drink it.
Hey, your intro, your guys' intro is pretty good. It did sound rehearsed, and it sounded like you practiced a little bit. You know, it's good. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
See,
and
professional.
and then just like, you know, it'd be like starting a race with your choke on. Things start bogging.
There we go. There we go.
Wait for the insult.
I'm
just glad I'm not choking as hard as the 2022 YZ125 off of the start at a works race at Cedar City.
I heard he pulled whole shot.
What other bike?
That's not because of the bike.
Yeah, what other bike? I mean, think about it. Would be good enough to pull a whole shot with the choke on.
Definitely not a 570.
They don't have choke. It's all automatic. It's all fuel injected.
Yeah, exactly.
we're gonna talk about Logan's racing activities later. Maybe him and Cletus could switch. Switch spots.
Oh, whoa! What we got a big question in the chat right here.
A big question.
Yeah,
It hasn't popped up on my chat. There's a little bit of a delay. You want to?
Well, that's because we're the ones in studio, so we're the ones who get the privilege of having the chat right in front of us.
Should have been here, Jimmy.
It was. When I got done riding today, it was a 5-hour and 20-minute drive at 2 p.m. And I did math, and I'm not very good at math, but that meant that you guys would have gotten here 2 minutes ago right now by yourself, and I'd be there in 3 minutes.
Yep, pretty much. I remember you calling me. You sounded like you just got off the dirt bike too, like you were just. I had
my gear on. I literally just took my helmet off and had my gear on, and I'm like, okay, we're done. Okay, I can go. And then we did what we did.
Was it more than 5 laps per bike? Also, is there some
laps? Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. Is there some beeping in the background for you
right now?
Yeah.
That beeping was my
Heather's cooking rice or something like that.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
I wanted to learn how to cook rice, and she says you push the button that says rice.
It's very technical.
kind of like running the show.
Right. Well, there's a couple more buttons. There's one more button there. Logan somehow found a third button, but
Logan's
Sorry.
looking real professional over there.
yeah, no, sorry. He has the power to shut down the show, so we should start being nicer to him, actually.
Said from the guy who threatens to shut down the show every once in a while.
And you're always nice to me.
So we got
Okay,
a question
what's our,
from
what?
Todd Kelly. He's on Facebook. He said, Jimmy, I'm building up a 2016 500 E8 XCF as a fuel injected replacement for my plated carburetor 09 WR 450F that I've loved and has served me well. I've never ridden a 500 other than in the parking lot, buying the bike, and then immediately tore it down and are a ways from being done with it. I bought it because of your praise of the 500 being there to do it all.
Okay.
I recently Sorry. Yeah, hold on. I recently spent part of the day on a new 350 EXC, and the vibrations compared to my WR were very noticeable in the bar ends and through the foot pegs. Some internet research tells me that the 500 is going to be worse. Is that truly the case? Why is their 500 so vibey? I know about damper pegs / bars. Logan, scroll down. But again, have heard those solutions don't solve the 500, 350 vibes completely.
I'm always behind a
Jesus.
500. I was like waiting for the 500, and then because that was my marker, and I'm behind the 500.
As long as you're not blowing up 500s like someone else sitting here today.
Are we okay, so first of all, we need to turn Logan's volume up.
Oh yeah, we've been trying.
Or get him to just lip suck that
Put
mic.
the mic next to your face.
like Logan, like
Actually, we need to get them one of those mics like the Formula One guys are using now, where they like it's like so aggravating to watch the announcers there. They have these mics that they actually push up underneath their noses, so it blocks off their nose and then puts it at the perfect distance. So maybe that's the next upgrade for the show when you sell the next sponsor. We'll get Formula One like mics.
there we go.
Push the
Okay,
talk
so-
and everything.
So are we going to? So the question is, are the vibes going to be worse on the KTM 500 than
The 350.
So did he say what year WR was it? Like it was like 06?
I want to say it was an 09. Yeah, 09 WR
09,
450F.
So
Don't vibrate.
what was that? You don't think they vibrate?
No,
Yamahas don't vibrate.
not like the Husky.
Oh, that's a different bike. I kind of agree. I kind of agree that the Yamahas don't vibrate too much. I think they spend a little bit more time with their counterbalancers and stuff, and KTM is a little bit more on the wanting to have kind of like a performance edge, and counterbalancers kind of add reciprocating mass, and so they add. Although it's kind of counteracting the vibrations, they add a little bit of weight feel to the bike. So I think KTM a lot of times goes a little bit softer on that. But do you think, do you think your 350 vibrates more than the 500?
No. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I want to say that the 500. Oh, you can't tell the difference between. They're the same.
It's the sound.
I'm
just kidding.
Who else? So Matt and Logan, you've both ridden both 350 and 500.
I don't feel the
I think the
vibration.
500 vibrates a little less, but I don't really notice that they vibrate that
No.
much.
Well,
Sure.
I don't notice vibrations at all because I'm used to having like the ones with the Fasst Company flex handlebars on there
Right.
to absorb those
Which-
vibrations.
Which in my opinion don't really reduce the vibration that much. It reduces the shock, but they like to say it reduces vibration. And I mean, I kind of, they are a sponsor of the show, but if you're looking for reduced vibration, that's not the first avenue I would go down. But and the other thing I'll tell you is that different bikes vibrate differently. And the good thing is he said he was feeling it through the bars and the foot pegs, both.
Yep.
So, when that means that means it's more of like an engine vibration as opposed to some sort of the wheels being out of balance and causing something funky. But I've ridden like two identical bikes same year, and one will vibrate a little bit more than the other. But I don't find that KTM's vibrate that much, but some people are sensitive to it. So maybe compared to your Yamaha, it did vibrate a little bit more. I feel that the 500 vibrates less, but it also sort of depends on what RPM you're riding it at. There's so many factors in this, and then how your engine mount bolts are torqued, and there's a lot of little things. I mean, if something is like loose, like
Are you sitting or standing?
yeah, sitting or standing, or your levers are loose, or there's a lot of stuff that can add to it. So I don't think that you're gonna. I don't think it's going to be a complete turnoff going to that 16 KTM, and I do believe that I think the older ones, the 14, the 12 to 12 to 16 ones, vibrate a little less than the couple newer generations, in my opinion, because I have all the different versions, and I think my older ones tend to feel like they vibrate a little less, but they're all modified. And putting a big tank on it really reduces some of that feel too as well. So that's all I know.
So another thing that just popped into my head, could he also just be holding on too tight to the handlebars and with his knees? Could that be causing some of the this vibration feel?
Yeah, you might notice it more. I mean, if you're gripping tight, but were they small diameter grips or larger diameter grips? I mean, there's so many things that go into what he's doing, but the fact that it was that much noticeably different from his Yamaha makes me think that maybe it was that KTM 350. And if he didn't notice it when he took it on those little parking lot rides around, maybe that KTM 350 was just a bad example. And was that KTM 350 an EXC as opposed to like an XCF or SX? Because those bikes, it was an EXC. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the EXC doesn't really vibrate. Yeah, I don't think it vibrates all that much.
Any EXC that I've ever ridden has not vibrated a whole lot more than a Yamaha.
That beeping's not for me.
Yeah, we're claiming that beeping's not us. What is it, a bird?
It's not a,
I think it might be. I think it might be coming from your garage right next to us. Actually, try closing.
not in here.
Not in that.
Yeah, no, it's coming from here.
In front.
It's something in the garage beeping.
Yeah, it's something in the garage.
Could you shut that door?
There shouldn't be anything in there beeping in that garage.
I almost wonder.
I want to say it's the door squeaking.
I think it's like the spinning.
Oh, you know what? Is it windy out there?
It could be a little breezy.
It's always windy. Yeah, so it's the whirly spinny thing on top of the roof.
Okay.
Logan, get up there and lube that thing tomorrow. Wait, no.
Just shut the door.
Cooper, you're working for me now. We fired Logan.
Yeah, we did. Both of us.
Wait, both got fired or both are working for you?
No, we both fired Logan.
Logan's moving on up.
Nobody gets fired. You get promoted.
He was fired by promotion.
A couple whole shots and he's
He
out.
leaves the choke on though, so
Yeah.
that was the last straw.
Chris Real is in the chat saying, testing different size bikes back to back, you will sometimes get a different vibration feel. Often is RPM based.
Right.
And I would agree with that myself. Actually, just
I 100% agree with that. And like we were talking on a show, I think it was a couple shows ago, we were talking about those different bar end vibration dampers that had different tune. They literally had tune lengths to them. We were talking about putting silicone in the handlebars and all these different things. And it all depends, even with my BRP mounts. And so when I run the Scott steering stabilizer on a lot of my bikes, I put a BRP mount to hold the stabilizer. And it's a vibration dampening isolated mount. And they have different colored dampers. I think there's red and blue. And I found that one worked if you like to rev a lot more. One was better. And then another one, and I forget which color. I think I run red mostly on mine. So that tells me that the blue is more high RPM. And it was really noticeable when I tried them on a two-stroke, like a two-stroke pre-counterbalance KTM, and it made a big, big difference. So hopefully that, yeah. So that's a true statement.
got it. All right. So I think what we'll move into here is we'll actually move into the questions I have right in front of me here. And I'm going to hand this over to Cletus again to ask them.
So on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, number 142, Jeff Williams is asking, the SWM is actually built in the same factory in Italy that the Huskies were built. Pete Veterano no longer imports
Vetrano.
them. Vetrano no longer imports them. Central Power Sports Distribution does. They are the Regi importer also.
What was the name of that bike? Redo. I want to say redo, but so they import the older gas. So the and I'm not saying that name right. Regi. Somebody told me how to say that name too.
Raiju?
Raju.
Reju?
I don't know.
Maybe roll your tongue at the end. I don't know.
Let's not get too caught up on that.
But the older gas, so the pre-KTM gas, they import those, and I'm not sure exactly where they're made, but if the SMWs are still made in the Italian factory, I'd be surprised. But he's obviously done a little bit more research than I have, and I didn't know that Pete was not importing them. So good, thanks for the info. It's that's good. I mean, I'd like to, anytime I can ride a bike, I like to ride a bike and test it and be able to give you guys the info. But awesome.
We got a question from YouTube from Doug McGill. He said, stupid random question. I've tried of paying for mooses. He said, I'm tired of paying for mooses. Can't find the Bridgestone UHD 4mm tubes and the tire size 120, 118 and 90, 121. Will the 110 and 80 tubes fit?
All right. I would run them in a second. But I'm not a big fan of the super ultra heavy duty tubes. And so I have found in my own personal testing, and this is like desert hitting rocks and stuff, I got more pinch flats with the big thick tubes. And so generally I run Kenda heavy duty tubes, and they also make an ultra heavy duty or a thicker tube as well. And I have run the Bridgestones, and I've run their, the small ones. So the small ones and the big thick ones, I get the same amount of pinch flats, and I get less with the just regular heavy duty tubes. And so I would have no problem putting the smaller size tube in a bigger tire, because I think some of the flats that you get with the ultra heavy duties is because it's just not a lot of room in there, and they literally just get crunched. There's just not enough room. And so I don't think they always, like if you imagine a tube, if you think about it, it would seal perfectly along the side of the tire and fit inside the tire. It wouldn't crinkle up or get stuffed in there. And that's kind of hard to do on something you can't see when you load it in. So having that slightly smaller tube, even with the bigger, thicker millimeter stuff. But I don't know why. It could have just been bad luck, but my experience and let's say in all of my time, and I used to get ones from, back in the days, Metzler and Pirelli tubes, and they had different diameters, thicknesses as well. And we never ran the super, super thick ones. Even when we were desert racing with those, and it was kind of, they suggested don't run the big, thick ones. And a lot of it was for weight, because we were racing. And then there was some of it about, hey, we don't think it's any better. And I tend to agree. So that's my take on it, Doug. Hopefully if that's not a stupid question, that's a good question. But, and I can see how, what do those Bridgestone tubes cost? Because those things, I mean, I think they're pretty pricey. I think it's like a $40 tube. And then I don't know how long they really, how long a tube could last a lot longer than a moose. But yeah, it's I think, it's personal preference and a lot of other stuff.
$58.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Wow.
I just looked online too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but I mean, if you haven't tried them, if you haven't tried like a regular heavy duty tube from a good company, you can get really cheap ones. But if you're getting like an IRC, a Kenda, Bridgestone or a Dunlop tube, Those I know are really good. I've seen some kind of off-brand ones that I haven't been too fond of. But and also same thing with tubes. Make sure it's fresh, because I've gone into a shop sometime and hey, can I get a tube? And they pull the tube out and you can see cracks in it, and that's no good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've definitely had that happen too.
We got another question from the KTM 390 video from Sean Anderson. He said, do you know the 2021 electric power output in the city driving versus highway speeds with everything stock maxed out? High beams, displays, brightness, etc. It would be nice to know for planning to add heated or other power gear. How many watts do we have to work with after the bike draws power for stock systems?
So that's a good question for the owner's manual. Super specific stuff like that. But I will tell you, KTM designed that bike so that it would accept heated grips, like any accessory that they're going to sell you in their power parts catalog and stuff like that. And so if you're going to even match it with something similar, they know that it can do that draw. And you can if I'm wondering, all of a sudden you start putting big lights on it, and now the LEDs don't really even draw that much, but lights and hand guards, you're charging, running, most adventure guys use 2 to 5 GPS units on their handlebars, more if you're going to Starbucks. But I don't think, and it's really easy to check. This is how I check it, is when I add something, I just go put the multimeter, the load tester, on top of the battery and make sure it's pushing above 12.7, 12.8 volts when it's running, and then I'm fine. Especially at idle, and then you can kind of rev it up and see what it does there. But I think you'll be mostly fine with the normal accessories. I think that they expect this. Oh, maybe he's looking for a heated seat. That could be a big.
Oh, yeah. If he's looking for seats, then I actually know a place where he can go check out seats.
Seat Concepts.
Discount code.
Yeah, Seat Concepts. Hey,
you have to, for discount code, if you're into that kind of thing, you got to email me and ask me for it. Those things don't come easy. The code might be really long and not easy to remember, but that's why you got to email me.
Right.
So
right.
If you can't figure out my email, that's the second hurdle that you're going to have to do to get to that discount code.
It's not his name.
I don't know. I have to do some research now. Good question. Does Seat Concepts make heated seats?
I'm not sure, but they do have a proprietary foam formula that's adjusted for each customer.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like that. And I like I'm a big fan of the suede seats. I don't know what they call that material.
Right. Because I have notes of a read in front of me, and it's saying they have seat styles available in a variety of options.
It's been around since 2009 too.
Yeah. Handmade in USA since 2009. Designed for long haul adventure rides or weekends at the track. Go ahead and ride the world with Seat Concepts.
I got one on my bike. I like it. Good question.
I have them on. It's like I literally decide sometimes which bike I'm going to ride based on the seat. And then if like Matt wants to ride one of my bikes that has a Seat Concept seat, I take it off and I put it on the bike I'm going to ride, and he gets to ride with the old beat up stalker.
Right. Understandable. My butt's used to it at this point. Spend so much time on the rental bikes.
Hey, and if you're thinking about a Seat Concept seat and you want it tomorrow, you should order it a little while ago. Just be prepared for a little bit of a wait time because they are super busy. But when you make good stuff, that's what happens. So I'm a big fan. I have them on my KTM 1090. I have them on my new 500s. I have them on my old 500s. I have them on the bikes that I spend a lot of time riding. And actually, I think they have one. I just picked up a new KTM 390, not new, but a new used one here that we're going to add to the fleet. I think Logan and I might ride KTM 390s back from Washington in the summer. And
oh, nice.
So I might be seeing if I can get a Seat Concept seat delivered to me up there in June.
You going to get a DDC sprocket for the 390 as well?
I don't think they make them for those yet. Yeah. Quit trying to do so many sponsor plugs at once. Good job, but you're running a little hot.
Tony's
Sorry. Well,
Tony's asking, my ass hurts after I ride. Will Seat Concepts fix that?
I hope it's
one
not
more
a
time.
hemorrhoid.
He said, my ass hurts after I ride. Will Seat Concepts fix that?
No. So there's this thing called JimmyLewisOffroad.com. That's the riding school where I teach you
Didn't you
how to
just?
stand up more and stand up properly. You don't have to stand up all the time, but if you do it when it just before your ass starts hurting, you know how you get that feeling that's like, things aren't right, a little hot down there. You just stand up and give it a little bit of cooling breeze, and knowing the difference in how to stand up as opposed to just like standing up or, squatting was what most people do, or they stand up and they have really high handlebars and then they're doing the pelvic thrust into the front of the motorcycle. There's things like this that we can help you with. Was that another sponsor plug?
That was another sponsor plug right after you got on me too. So.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
We're not sellouts here at all.
No, it's all good.
It's all good. So Jimmy, you said you rode some. You're riding some dirt bikes today.
I got the chance to ride. It's probably because I'm a mouthy complainer, but I got a chance to ride the new KTM 2-strokes, the 2023, the SXs, and I'm gonna put it really plain and simple. Don't ride one if you don't have 10 or 11 grand laying around. I'm not going to say that I was surprised, because I expected it. There's no way they were going to get rid of the carburetor unless they could make the fuel injection do what it needed to do and be better. And I'm not kidding. Like, that 300 SX is ridiculous. It's so good. You can ride it like a 450, and it has like 450 kind of power, but then it's light and agile and you don't feel like it gets kicked, like a 4-stroke. And we were riding on kind of a rough track, and man, everything doesn't vibrate. It has snap, like throttle response and snap, and really, really good. I didn't get a chance. And ask Logan. Logan, his job was to watch all the videos, or maybe it was even Cooper. You guys watched all the videos of the other guys talking about that bike, correct?
Not all of them, but a couple.
I don't think I was informed to do this.
I only listened to Kiefer's. I listened to Kiefer's podcast, and I think I saw a little bit of what Mosman was saying. Maybe
Right.
Oh,
And so just so you know, these bikes take premix, and so you pour, like
Really?
on the 125 they recommend 40-1, and in the 250 and 300 they recommend 60-1. So you run premix in them, pump gas and premix. So it's back to that, and the reason for that is because these bikes, they want them to be as light as possible and is kind of, I want to say, in a way, simplistic, just something that you're used to, because motocross 2-stroke guys are used to mixing gas. 2-stroke guys have always mixed gas, except for, back in the early 70s, there was a lot of oil injected bikes back then, but they weren't really motocross bikes. But so you're mixing the gas. The bikes come with a 2-position switch. So it has a standard map, and then on the 250 and 300, there's a standard map and an aggressive map. And on the 125, they called it more like a leaner map and a richer map. And so they have the ignition switches. And I'll tell you what. So I got to ride the 125 also, and I'm not a small guy like Logan, and so, but one of the biggest advantages I could ever have, and it was very rare that I actually pull second gear starts on a 125, even when I was a little bit lighter. On that 125, I ripped 4 second gear starts, just
really
perfect.
Dang.
No bogging, no nothing. And
Not
then,
even
and then
lugging
I did
it?
some. There was no lugging, no bogging. It was just off the line, and the thing just ripped. And then I did starts on the 250, and I did starts on the 300 also. On the 300, I did them in second gear, just not thinking about it. And then I went back up and they go, hey, try a third gear start. I'm like, really? I went and did a third gear start in that 300.
Wow.
Andrew Short style, we'll call it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it just grabbed traction. And so what you're seeing with these two strokes, so the biggest thing is they didn't lose anything from the carburetor. Like they're not losing power. They threw some numbers around about what the horsepower was, but I don't really think that's something they're just talking numbers, but I don't care because number was generated on a dyno and all this stuff, but they're not small numbers. They're big numbers, especially with the 300, but you get this extra amount of rideability. And if you compare it to, let's just say you compared it to a carbureted two stroke, a lot of times if you come in the turn a gear high in a carbureted two stroke and you're gonna just kind of big throttle openings at a low RPM, the carbureted bike, there's a point where it bogs, when you give it too much gas. Yep. Well, the fuel injected bike doesn't bog. And since it doesn't bog, you can turn the throttle farther and then the bike actually accelerates pretty good. And if you don't turn the throttle that far on the carburetor, when you hold it there, it just kind of keeps running. It doesn't accelerate. It keeps going the same speed. And so that's the interesting thing about these bikes is that the power band isn't going to get to the 4-stroke lengths. It's not going to be you're going to have to shift more in a 2-stroke. It's just the way it is.
Right.
But the fact that you can just, and I was just finding it really awesome to run in the aggressive map on the 300 and ride a gear high everywhere, because the aggressive map was too aggressive to ride it to race it. You had to want it to be in the normal map. And I was told on the normal maps, the regular one, they're actually reducing horsepower, which is kind of a, you say you never want to reduce power, but they're actually reducing power to make it more rideable and drivable. And they were not 250 or 300. They were not slow. So in 300, I could not ride aggressively in the aggressive map. I had to go to the gear high riding style, which I really liked. That was what made the bike for me. But if I put it in the normal map, I could ride it like a 250. And it was super good. Then on the 250, I can ride in either map. And then just depending on how fresh I was or how much excitement I want, how much traction there was, I could ride in either map and get away with it. You can't do the gear high thing. You can, but not as much on the 250. But man, the 300 felt light, and the 250, they both felt light, but just the power bands were longer. They actually have rev limiters in them. And on the 300, I could you could be an idiot and go way past over rev and hit the rev limiter. On the 250, unless I over revved it in the air, like let's say you get kicked in the air and you gas it to bring the front end up, or you just on purpose, I would over rev in the air. You could get the 250 to hit it, but on the track, I could never get the 250 to touch, quote, the rev limiter. And then the 125 was pretty amazing because again, it's so reluctant to bog. It doesn't bog, but you still have to do your downshifts and everything on the 125. Right. But the fact that it you can do these big throttle openings where you usually go into a turn in a 125, you go in the turn and you're a little late in the throttle and you give it a ton of gas and it actually bogs. Well, this bike doesn't bog, so you don't really slow. You don't completely. You're not going to accelerate out of the turn like you would on a 250 300. You're just not going to. It's not going to bog and fall in its face. Then you're going to fall over. It actually gives you a little bit of power to keep you going. So it has. I don't want to call it pickup. It keeps running. It doesn't bog down. But what a good bike then. And the new chassis, I felt like they were a little bit more stable. And where I've always felt it, especially the 2-strokes, were a little bit on the aggressive side, turning wise. They're no longer like that. They still turn great, and you have lots of steering feel, but now it's like it feels like the bike just got just a tad bit longer and a little more stable. Chassis we weren't really messing around too much with the suspension today. Just didn't have time for it, but it seemed like it might be a little bit picky to ride height. You know, it might be really sensitive to ride height, because I did ride one bike that was riding a little bit low in the rear, and I noticed it right away. And I wanted to change it instead of just riding around. But that was super awesome. The new shape and layout didn't really draw any attention, like good or bad. It was just, the bike was just overall really nice. But and the other thing that really stuck out to me is there's a way that the 4-strokes feel heavier and more planted and more connected to the ground, where the 2-strokes always kind of danced around. And
Right.
I didn't ride a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke back to back, but I didn't feel like these 2-strokes danced around like nearly as much as they have in the past. I think they've got some suspension settings. They've done some work with both the chassis and the suspension to just get everything kind of settled down, feel a little bit more planted. It felt like the bikes had more traction. And I think that comes into the motor, the motor characteristics and just the way the chassis is working. But they have snap. So if you're worried about losing the carburetor and losing some of that power, that new, having those 2 fuel injectors, one in the throttle body and one back into the transfer port. If you thought that was going to be, if you thought it's not TPI, it's whatever they're calling their new stuff, but it's good. It's really, really good.
You would say it's an upgrade over the old TPI systems.
For trail riding, I don't know if I'm going to say that, although I did go out and like really lug the bike and do all the thing. And it didn't do anything bad. There was nothing discouraging about the way it performed, but I think the throttle response might be a little bit, sharp for trail riding, especially like when you're in the aggressive maps. It'll kind of, it's just like on some of the 4-strokes for a while, some of the, the XCs were mapped like with motocross maps in them, and they were too much for trail riding. You wanted to run a little bit more of a mellow map, but same sort of thing. Right. And with the now electronic power valve, they're able to control this stuff so much more. And it'll be interesting to see where they take the tunability of this, where they allow what they allow the end consumer to do if they allow this, but the end goal is, for most people, you're just going to buy this bike, put gas in it, put mixed gas in it, and go out and ride it, and it's going to be perfect all the time. And I don't see how someone with a stock motorcycle would be disappointed in any of the 3 models. But the 300 was like, it's literally got me keeping my hand over my wallet.
Oh, really? It's that good.
Yeah. And this, I'm a 125 guy. I only like taking 125 to the motocross track, but I'm like, this was so much fun. I would have a lot of fun riding this at the track, because I'm I don't want to say I'm over 4-strokes, but I'm kind of not over 4-strokes, but over big 4-strokes. They're just so fast, and you never really get to hold the thing wide open. And on the 300, every once in a while, I kind of, I got to hold it wide open, and it would usually spin when I did it, but it wasn't like it didn't feel like I had an extra 20 or 30 pounds between my legs that I wasn't going to be able to control. It gave me that 2-stroke light, agile feel. But yeah, that's my take on the 23 KTMs.
Okay.
So out of all those bikes you rode today, you would say that 300 was your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah, for sure. I'm getting choked up about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like a 125.
I rode my 300 TPI bike all weekend trail riding. And I was like literally in love with that bike. I mean, it made hard trails easy, and I was just super stoked on it. Oh, the other things about the new bikes is they don't detonate. Like the TPI bikes kind of do a little bit of that lean knock, that detonation. And these bikes did not do that. So maybe there is something to the way that they're doing this. Maybe they got better control, or maybe that power valve, the electronic power valve has better control over it, because they're really, working on getting all that stuff dialed in.
Well, you kind of answered my next question, which was about, the back-to-back with your 300 TPI. So you only rode like the 125 SX, 250 SX, and 300 SX, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And if I remember right, the off-road models, they didn't get did they get the same updated injection system?
The XC will. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
the XC, because the XC was kind of weird in that usually the XC is exactly like the SX,
Right.
but when they went to TPI, they used the XCW engine in the XC with they didn't use the wide racer transmission, so it's kind of its own thing. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see the XC just like the SX again. I think they wanted to get it into the fuel injection side of things, and then now they're going to continue to do that. So it'll be based on the SX now. So it will no longer have TPI.
Got it. So my next question is a little bit more about the mapping. So this mapping, it's just buttons on the handlebar, right? It's not like the Yamaha app, or it's not like the KTM, the KTM equivalent right now.
It's just a 2-position map. You push up and it turns on the it's a white light, and you push down below and there's a green light, and the green on the SX isn't aggressive, or on the 125 it was called a richer map. But they'll I think because these were early production bikes that I was riding, and so I'm sure when they get it all kind of finalized, and like I said, I wasn't at the proper press intro, so I don't know exactly how they explained all that stuff to those guys, and I was basically just riding them today to ride them. So
nice. Well, that's cool. And also, my follow-up question here: Were you looking for a Kickstarter on the 125?
Never, and I want to now I want to punch BJ for even talking about Kickstarters. I hate them. Kickstarters and carburetors. Let's just flush those things down toilets.
Right. Like we have the technology for a reason.
Hey, and all the stuff that BJ said about the bikes is spot on. When he talks about just his feeling. I'm just really picky about this stuff, but I did not miss the Kickstarter one bit, 0.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on starting the 2-strokes? Because I've heard they take a lot of throttle to get started.
The fuel injected ones?
Yes, the SX.
I didn't notice this.
Okay.
But every beginner.
They started right up. I mean, a couple times I got them when they were cold, and they started right up. But remember that if you were listening to these impressions from the other guys, they were also on pre-production bikes as well, and I'm pretty sure that they're still making sure everything's really good. So in this, a manufacturer will use those intros a lot of times, as part of their testing. They still have the ability to tune stuff up and get things right. So, sometimes there's and they admitted that they were riding, there's only a few of them in the country. And so, they're kind of spreading them out and you gave those guys a big chance to ride them. And now they're kind of doing some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. So were the ones you riding, they came back down from Michigan then, or were these different ones?
I'm not sure where they came from. I know when I went by KTM proper today to pick up another bike, and I think the bikes from Michigan were there getting serviced, cleaned, moved around, to stuff like that. So, but I did see a whole bunch of Huskies.
Oh, really?
Husky versions of those. So I guess me and Trevor might get an invite for that next week or something. So,
oh, cool. Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
We'll look forward to hearing more about it if you guys get to go.
I hope so. Yeah. As long as I didn't piss anybody off.
Well, no, you got them to give you these bikes, right? By calling them out, or
no,
what was it? You were sour,
or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm not really sure. Completely different.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They actually wanted Logan to come out.
Why didn't you go, Logan?
Silence.
Yeah, he's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Can we get that silent kid, that quiet guy that doesn't talk?
Well, I would
The
actually.
guy that likes to leave the choke on.
Well, no. So since he just raced the YZ125, I actually think it'd be really cool for him to ride that KTM 125 and get that direct comparison between the two.
Make sure you leave the
Yeah.
choke on too.
You don't have it there. Actually,
No.
they have a hot
it's
start
not.
button. The
Oh.
fuel injected bikes have the same kind of throttle body setup. So they have the red knob on the top that adjusts the idle, and then they have the sort of the hot start button at the bottom that you push up, and then when you close the throttle, it turns back down.
Got it. So how is like the bottom to mid range pull on that 125 compared to like a carbureted one? Because this is something I had heard, and some of the impressions that I had heard was something about it was like the bottom to mid range pull was a little bit better.
They said it was better than the Yamaha.
Well, no, I think they just said they were comparing it to the previous 125 SX.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And it's been a little while since I've ridden the 125 SX.
Mm-hmm.
But it's everything about it is better. Just going to the fuel injection. There's, like I said, and the KTM's tended it, the 125, I think specifically, especially went to the new motor. I think they got a little bit more finicky. And I always wanted to make these half needle clip position changes, and I was always messing with the fuel screw, and I don't feel like there's that need to do that stuff anymore.
Okay.
Like even this weekend we were riding with my KTM 200, and we're fiddling. We started up, rode it around a little bit, and it's like, okay, fuel screw, little adjustment on a fuel screw. Or actually air screw. It's an air screw on a 2-stroke carburetor.
Right.
But that's just normal for us.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, because the undisclosed location is the elevation is just a little higher.
I was mostly riding at higher elevation.
Right.
Correct.
Right. I didn't want to give too much away there. Cool. Well, that's pretty much all the questions I had on the 125 fuel injected, or the sorry.
Are we
KTM
gonna
two-strokes.
do a Rooster Endo segment this time?
we got Rooster Endo segment. I was seeing if we had anything else before we wanted to go to commercial here from.
Did we have a joke this week?
We did have a joke. Where'd it
go?
I forgot to put it on. I'm gonna pull up the joke.
You forgot to put the joke on?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. I think I can find the joke.
Oh, I got the joke already. Yeah, I'm gonna have Cletus say the joke.
Oh, sweet.
You got the joke.
Yeah, I got the joke already.
Okay, so when everybody starts laughing super hard about this motorcycle joke, then we'll go to break, and we'll come back, and we're gonna do our dirtbiketest.com product tested segment. I'm gonna talk about Craft suspension that I've been testing.
And Takamoto's Rooster Endo.
And then we'll do the Takamoto Rooster Endo. But before we go
talk
off,
about the YZ2 stroke.
We'll talk about it when we come back.
You're gonna do the talk about how the Yamaha YZ125 is the best bike on the start line, all choked up.
All right. Here's our question: why can't the motorcycle stand up by itself?
Why?
Because it's too tired.
There we go, guys. Comedy. Comedy.
I don't think the delivery was very good.
It's too tired.
Yeah, it's too tired. It can't stand up by itself because it's too tired.
Too tired.
But
That's what you are when you sit down on your motorcycle.
yeah, I think the delivery's a little off there, Cletus. We're gonna.
Oh, was that me? Was that on me? I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well,
I honestly didn't get it until Heather said something.
we'll go to commercial and we'll tighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beatings will commence until the show improves.
Here, I'll look one up. We'll have one later on.
All right.
Oh no, one joke a show, one motorcycle joke a show.
Okay.
We don't want to ruin this shtick here.
Right.
Okay, so let's go to commercial break, and we'll come back with Takamoto's Roost or Endo.
If you've ever seen any one of my bikes, they all have flex handlebars on them. What are those, Jimmy? Well, Fasst Company, that's www.fastco.com, makes the flex handlebar, and it's essentially suspension built into your handlebars. They make bad forks good. They absorb impacts like you wouldn't believe, and they're really tough. And I've been running them for over 20 years, and I don't think I've ever bent a set. And if I have, I forgot about it. It was a long time ago. So these are American-made products, and until you run them, you won't realize how good they are. The reason this works is the flex handlebar is stiff laterally through the steering path, but allows it to be forgiving from the load path without sacrificing control or input. This means it basically dampens the forces that you don't want, and it doesn't affect the forces you do want. So it steers properly and takes the pain out of your wrists. So if you're looking for good feel in your handlebars without suffering from catastrophic impacts or complaining that your forks are too harsh, the flex handlebar is the solution. They make other products like the spoke torque wrench, impact pegs, really trick brake clevis and brake spring kits, and clicker adjusters. So if you're looking to get some of this stuff, check out www.fastco.com. That's spelled FASSTCO.com. Remember, 2 S's in fast.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Since 2009, Seat Concepts has been dedicated to making the best aftermarket seats. More comfort, more grip, more riding. For 10 years, we've continued to raise the bar. Innovation and American craftsmanship make Seat Concepts the world-leading manufacturer of power sports seats. Power sports seats.
All right. And we're back. Did you enjoy the commercial break, Jimmy? Yeah, we're back.
Back? Okay.
Yeah, so we're back with Rooster Endo, brought to you by Taco Moto, the winner that is picked by...
Taco Moto is your moto doctor. That's what I watched the commercials for the first time.
Oh, first time watching those.
Don't say that, Jimmy.
Well, we don't get to watch them because we don't get to see them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I started pushing buttons and I made something work over here. So
yeah, but
something else, let me cut you off again and then again, that's what
it's
I do.
Your show.
Even though
it's your show.
Not there. Well, you seem to be running it over there, and just don't give Logan a whole lot of credit either.
Well, no, Logan's running it.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I actually wish where I'm positioned on the screen right now, I wish he moved it off to the side a little bit, maybe over by a Chirby's headlight that's over to the side. That way, when the ads and stuff, the sponsor logos come up on the screen in the back, that we can see them. Does that make sense?
I had that same input.
Wow. Did your producer buddy Matt cut into that? Yeah. I think
did.
I've seen him do it. It's like a drag option. You just drag that box a little bit off to the side.
I think I did override him.
Yeah.
Man, that's how this works here. I actually tried to adjust it because I'm still watching this thing and I'm still on like a 30, 45 second delay.
Right.
So I guess that's if I say bad words, somebody can beep it out.
Yeah, just go ahead and drag that. There you go. Oh no, you can go ahead and say bad words. I would bring it up just a little bit more so it's a little bit further from Cletus's head.
Oh, look at that. I just saw it right now.
Yeah. See, I wasn't thinking about the sponsors.
You can make it a little bit bigger too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good there.
So, definitely producer Logan. I think he just got my job because I didn't think about the sponsors. And he did.
Yeah.
And I overrode him because I didn't hear his reasoning.
Hey, so there's one important thing here is it's going to take me a little while to start seeing the bike. I don't know how I'm going to see it. So you need to make sure you make that big on the screen. Like make sure you block out both of their heads when like that photo of the bike needs to block out both of their heads.
We can see the outline of the picture right now. So we're both going to be blocked.
This first photo.
You're going to be blocked too.
You're going to want to see it too. It looks pretty cool.
Okay. But should we do the actually, I think last time we did the dirt bike test product test of the week, which is also a sponsorable segment, by the way. We did it at the end of the show, right?
We did do it at the end of the show. We did Rooster and then we did that because we had Logan hop on.
We should keep some consistency. And that way, if someone just wants to know what the product we tested and talk about it, they can skip through all this crap, just go to the end of the show and then scroll back a little bit and get
it.
There you go.
Right. Which Trevor and I have an idea for you. I have an idea to pitch to you later.
Did you think about it? Like use your brain?
Oh, I thought about it. Yeah. Trevor thought it was a good idea.
Did it hurt?
A lot.
Making clips? Question mark.
Oh, that's really painful right there. That's really painful.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start on takamoto.co, Roosterendo.
This one's from Joe. Sorry, go.
We're gonna introduce the spot. That's good. I'm getting to see the picture right now. Introduce the spot. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that we get $100 gift certificate every week from takamoto.co. So if you submit us a picture of your bike, and this is really important, people, tell us the year, make, and model, and then tell us about your modifications. Try to be thorough, but don't go overboard. And don't double dip on the modifications like that guy last week that had the small Epic, right, Cooper?
2 pages full of modifications.
2 pages.
3 mods away from an automatic roost, though.
Oh yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
Let's roll.
All right. So this first one's from Joe Lindbergh. It's a 2014 500, and one of the modifications is it crashes good, and that's the only one.
So he didn't say what brand his bike was.
Nope.
No.
Because at this point, I see a little bit of orange.
Yep.
But
I see a lot of white.
It could be white, and there's another brand that's that. And if it was red, it could be, But
he looks happy on the ground.
Too happy for me.
Yeah, it looks like he needs like riding lessons from someone.
I know a good guy, Jimmy Lewis.
Maybe he should go to the beginner online riding schools because motorcycles don't crash by themselves.
No,
you have to put somebody on top of them. But he looks like this is something there was some discussions about fun riding dirt bikes, and I've had this discussion a long time. He looks like he's having fun riding his dirt bike, and hopefully, when you crash, I mean, it's the biggest thing. You don't get injured. I'm looking at his motorcycle. It looks like he's got some bark busters on there, and it looks. It doesn't. He's had the photo is revealing enough to say he doesn't have a disc protector on it, which is a pretty big bonus in my book.
He does have the mirrors.
Yeah, I want to know how he's gonna get his leg out from underneath there. That's gonna be a tough one. But
looks muddy too.
He looks like he's having a good time. I'm going with a little bit of roost on this one. I mean, roost just for the smile. And the fact that the list was really short and it didn't tax Cooper's brain.
I'll roost it for that. I was ready to kind of put it in the middle or endo just because we don't really like promoting crashing here.
No, but it's not really a crash. It's a guy playing in the mud and having fun, and his buddy is taking pictures of him. And I'll tell you, having never ever been in this position in my entire life, here's what's going on with this photo. His front foot on the lower side is stuck underneath the fork leg, and the weight of that bike and his body is pushing down on that, driving that thing into the mud, and he can't get out of it. You notice he's kind of trying to hold himself up with his elbow.
Yeah.
And notice his other hand is pulling his leg off of the bike because that weight is also crushing down on the other foot. He's not getting out without some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that thing knifed in. And I bet you what you can't see there is you might think he came in the direction that he's pointed right now, but he came in from the top of the photo because you can see where his wheel went in and nerfed in.
Mm-hmm.
And he did like a nose wheelie and didn't go over the bars. And then the whole bike fell over there and pinched him.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Accident reconstruction by Jimmy.
There you go. You should be a cop.
No.
Well, you are married to someone who works in solving crimes.
She's almost a cop.
Cool. So we're thinking Roost for this one.
I'm gonna Roost it. He looks like he's having a good time.
Good times, Roost.
All right, we're gonna put it over here.
Okay, next photo. What do we got next?
Next one's from Mike Warren. It's a 2005 KTM 525 MXC. It's got bigger tank, foot pegs, seat concept seat, fastway kickstand.
And I can't see it yet, so we're just gonna have to wait until that photo shows up.
It's not looking too bad.
It was huge.
It's a nice scenic photo.
It's definitely got a big tank.
Yeah. I'm kind of digging it, honestly. It reminds me a lot of my
I've got one of those for sale, by the way. If you would like to have a bike just like this, I have a 400 version of this and a 525 also. For sale. Contact me at jimmylewisoffroad.com. It's got a carburetor on, which means it hauls ass and burns gas. So he's riding in the mud. That's slick stuff up there.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's at?
I'm going to go with looks man, it's green enough to be like northern Washington.
Or even
Pacific
Montana.
Northwest.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest, I'm guessing. But
it looks like wherever he's riding, it was just the field was just cleared. Like
it looks like
yeah.
It looks like he's at the end of a logging road.
Right.
So what else? So he had the big tank. What did he say? He cleans the carburetor yearly. Oh, seat concept. That's a winner.
It's got a fastway kickstand.
They make good seats for those.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it? Is the plate? Is it an Oregon plate?
It looks yellow.
It could be an Oregon plate. Yeah, it could be Oregon or Alaska plate. And judging on those mountains there, I'm going to say Oregon.
Yeah. Why? Alaska is a lot more. If it was Alaska, the bike would be sunk halfway down in the mud, right?
If it was Alaska, he wouldn't even be able to get his phone out for this picture because he would be sunk in the mud with his bike
and being attacked by a grizzly bear.
Oh, and a moose. You'd get double teamed.
Oh. Wait, is this guy a Canadian?
Could be BC.
The only reason I went with Canadian is because I know they all live underground and they have beady little eyes, and you don't see anybody in this photo, and it looks like he could have been building his underground fortress there.
Yeah, it could be the top of a mound.
Of an underground fortress, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate carburetors. and this bike has one. I already said that, and this bike has a Kickstarter and a carburetor.
Yep.
So,
and like a chrome gas cap.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's definitely not on the good look
gas cap.
style.
No, that's, you know why you have this. So that's one of those really heavy billet gas caps. You know why you have one of those, Matt?
Why is that? So the grizzly bears don't steal the gas?
When the moose starts charging and you're about ready, you're taking a picture, you reach up, unscrew the gas cap and throw it at the moose.
I would use it to try and blind the moose, but I don't think either of those are really going to stop a charging moose.
It's old.
I think this is like middle of the road. I'm going to put it middle of the road. It also has like a 2014 era front fender as well.
Oh, he upgraded the front fender. That's pride. That's pride of ownership.
Yeah. I think it's like middle of the road, not a roost nor an endo.
No, we can't waffle on this. There's no way.
I'm going to go endo.
You're going endo.
I'm gonna waffle. I think in between it's not.
You gotta pick one, Matt.
No, I'm gonna be Belgian here.
I'm changing my mind. I'm saying the fact that he's keeping this thing running and So I don't know. Now I'm torn because I'll tell you something that happened on one of our other rooster endos last week. But I don't know. I think he needs to get a newer bike, but I do like the seat weight because because all I do is bend over for the sponsors. This bike officially roosts. I don't care what you guys say. Put it on the roost side.
All right,
put it on the roost.
Yeah. Thank your seat concept seat. Hey, and by the way, the special announcement about that was, so next week we're planning on having the Seat Concepts Hot Seat Hotline. We're going to have calls. We're going to take calls on this show.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be next week, and we'll be ready for it.
Make sure you guys turn into that.
Yeah, and I want all of my regular viewers to call in so we can talk to you a little bit, and then we'll skip all the other segments and just do a caller call in, regular caller, something like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can have callers help us with Rooster Endo, even maybe.
Yeah, that would be neat.
We'll have some behind the scenes discussions.
Okay. Hey, Logan, do you know a guy named Sean Casey?
No, but I like him.
You do? He says to mute me. Yeah. I thought he was one of your buddies.
Could be. You never know.
Next bike.
All right. Next bike is from Brock Armstrong. It's a 2017 500 EXCF. It's got a Cherry Bees black plastic kit, a Cherry Bees 3.1 gallon tank, Baja Designs XL80 with Moto minded mount. Ooh. Scissors light switches, Takamoto smog delete kit, Pro Moto billet end cap and foot pegs.
That's
IMS
sick ass.
Oh, sick ass.
Yeah.
IMS coolant tank recovery, P3 carbon heat shield, mother of all radiator guards, titty tail.
Tidy tail.
Is that what it is? Tidy tail.
Hey, that's a really nice. That's a really nice way to try to get more ratings there, Cooper.
Yeah,
but you're saying titties, but unless you're showing them, it doesn't count.
You got Tusk rear brake, caliber guard, Tusk brake lever and shifter, Dirt Tricks front and rear sprockets, Trail Tech Vapor, C Concepts XL comfort seat, and Get ECU. Probably a couple I'm missing. Bike has been awesome.
I think he's lying about it. He's lying about his sprocket though.
It looks like a Renthal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does look like a different sprocket, but
did you mention the
maybe that's an old photo.
Did you mention the rotor guard, the front brake rotor?
He just says he's got rear brake caliber guard.
It's an that looks like an Achirby's plastic one. It's not one of the ones that I'm so
the metal ones.
Yeah.
Anti. That's a very nice well set up bike also. I'm gonna beat him up on the photo because you could have rode someplace other than a power line to take a picture with the power pole coming out of the front handlebar. But Here we go again. And that stock kickstand, Trail Tech makes a really good replacement kickstand for that. By the way,
Yeah.
Trail
Did you hear
Tech.
that, Logan? He needs a kickstand.
Kickstand. Yeah, he's got a bike that used to have a kickstand. He has to lean it up against my truck.
I broke it 4 times.
4
Trail
times?
Tech.
Yep.
Get a Trail Tech one. Let's see what else. I think
I kind of like the blackout look, like no graphics, just black plastics.
Yeah, I like it.
That.
And he's got a lot of good stuff up in front with that Baja Designs light and the Moto Mine and stuff. That's he's done some research and put some thought into this thing, and he's got like a lot of the right things. So I'm liking. I'm giving him a roost, even though the photo. We're gonna have to work on the photos, people. You could win this by having a better photo.
This one's roosting for sure.
Roost, yeah. Matt could
Universal
probably blow that thing up.
Was it a 500?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I could blow it up.
So this one's from Mike Spiros. It's a 2020 EXCF 500 6 days. That's all I got.
Is there a photo of it someplace?
Yep,
there is a photo.
Wait a second.
I totally believe, like looking at the photo, I totally believe that there's nothing done to this bike because it has the tires that I'm not a fan of these tires.
And Cooper was doing a whole bunch of like pointing around and shaking his hands there in my 30-second delay here.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something I was supposed, that subliminal message I was supposed to be getting there or something?
No, it was for me and I didn't understand it.
I was trying to tell him which photo to pick. It worked last time.
Yeah, because the last one came up a lot quicker. Yeah, I like this kind of like blacked out gray.
Oh, the orange frame.
The blacked out
with the orange frame.
The black with the orange. No, that is looking really good. It's just I look at those tires and it kind of kills it for me.
I totally agree. Yeah. And he didn't even have time to take it outside to take a pretty photo of it.
No. He was too busy.
Is there no skid plate on that?
That is very shiny plastics, by the way. These are very new or a lot of SCE1.
I wonder, so is that a graphics kit where it's gray or is that reflection?
That's got to be a graphics kit.
No.
Is it graphics?
Is it?
I think it's a graphic.
I can't tell.
Could be so shiny.
I think it's just super shiny because I don't see any like hard lines where the graphics begin or the end.
Okay, people, you know what we think about really shiny?
Oh, wait, actually, no, it is graphics. It is graphics. I can tell in the picture right next. It's a little the graphics are a little wrinkled, actually.
Oh, it looks like I put them on then, is what you're trying to say.
Oh, yep, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is graphics that make it so shiny.
No skid plate, or am I not seeing that right?
There's a skid plate.
It's just
skid plate. Stock one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the tires just, it would be such a roosting bike, but the tires just endo it.
And he's got it in his garage next to his other favorite thing, his pressure washer. So, yeah, I like the way the bike looks. I don't like the tire endo.
Yeah.
Endo.
It's going to look really good when you get on the brakes and you keep sliding and sliding and sliding, or when you initiate a turn and you wash it out.
Right, but they work good on the street.
Oh, yeah, really good on the street.
But it's better.
And you know what? If you are actually using it as like a commuter bike, then yeah, go ahead and keep those tires. But
right, so it's not. At least it's not supermoto wheels at dirt bike test.
Right.
This next one is from Damian Lee. It's a 21 KTM 500 EXCF with a full taco sauce setup. Taco Moto Get ECU traction control knob, Desmog PMB end cap, reeds pulled, Moscow Motos 10 liter, Barkbuster Blizzard wind guards. Was it Kyra? Sycra? Yeah. Sycra. Oh, I need to practice that one. Yeah. Full wraparound Barkbusters, P3 pipe guard. It's got Molecure skid plate, Bulletproof Designs rad guards, Gold-On fuel filter, metal quick connect, 90-degree fuel tap, Taco Moto oil cap, Moto-minded dash, Moto-minded stunt mount, Zumu XT, a chair bees, 3.9 gallon tank, double tank, coffin mirrors, seat concepts, XL comfort.
Wait, whoa. Coffin mirrors?
Yep.
Oh, he's calling the double take mirrors coffin mirrors.
Yeah, he says
Is it-
double take
it-
coffin mirrors.
That's
Oh, does
shape
it
of
say
the
double
mirror.
take?
Yeah, it says double take
Yeah.
coffin
And
mirrors.
Double take
Cooper,
coffin mirrors.
and Cooper left out the double take part.
I said it, didn't
No,
I?
he said it, but said it wrong.
How did I
What did
say
you
it
say?
wrong?
He
A
said it wrong.
Cherbis?
He
Did I
said
say that again?
double tab.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, it's got
we're
Evo,
Sticklers, we're sticklers for the pronunciation here. What was his name again?
Damian. did I
Just
say
the
that
first
wrong?
name.
Damian Lee.
Okay, good. We can pronounce that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give
Evo
him that
suspension
one.
lowered, 1.5 front and rear, bulletproof design, chain adjusters, heated grips, Takamoto blinker combo switch. That was it.
Hey, he's up high, and I see the Cascades.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty dope bike.
I'm sorry. As soon as I see saddlebags, it's a roost for me.
What?
Well, is every bike we've had a KTM 500
Tonight, I think so.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it? It's
we got a 525.
Oh, it's that right? 525
Yeah.
Yeah.
KTM big displacement dirt bike night.
I'd say roost. Yeah. I'm with Matt on the saddlebags.
I think I'm going with Roos too, just because he took his bike out of his garage and he has real tires on it and he's using it. And it's probably so cold up there, he had to use those big giant handbag bark buster thingamajiggers. He's got an orange license plate too, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't
I'm
look
guessing.
as thick as Oregon, though.
What's that?
Doesn't look as thick as Oregon is.
The
Like the trees and everything.
Oh no,
Oh,
Oregon
okay.
has plenty of desert, my friend.
Is-
Logan will
don't-
tell you after we ride across it
they have sand dunes in Oregon, don't they?
Think so.
on the coast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
out on the
that.
coast they do. I'm sure there's places you can find them out in the desert too. I know they have cinders. They have a lot of cinders out there. Yeah, Roost. I'm up with
Yeah,
Roost.
I'm roosting.
But the only reason I was even thinking about not roosting it because he doesn't have a seat concept seat.
Oh, he does.
He does.
It's the XL Comfort.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does have
Well,
seat
then
concepts.
it for sure roost.
Yeah. Oh.
I missed out on
You
that.
would know that it was a seat concept seat if Cooper didn't mess up one out of every
What?
3 bolt.
I thought I did good.
No.
Was
not
that
on
not a
that
good
one.
one?
That was bad. That one was bad.
Don't show Cooper.
All right.
Hey, it's okay. We've had. Have you kids heard the saying? Let me get this right because I'm going to butcher it, and then you can laugh at me too. The pot calling the kettle black.
No. Nope.
Oh, I've heard it. Yeah, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Logan.
haven't heard this phrase.
I've never heard that.
No, that's
What?
why you should go to school for at least one more year.
At least.
Watch some old movies.
I recommend more.
Watch the whole movie.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
a common phrase. Like I've heard that like many
Google
times,
it.
not just in a movie.
Yeah.
What was it again?
The pot
The
calling
pot
the kettle
calling
black.
the kettle black.
No.
Just
What's a
think
kettle?
about what it says.
What's a kettle? Yeah.
A big pot.
A big pot.
I'm
Okay,
not
let's
getting
get on to the motorcycle stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
What's next? Are we done?
Yep, that was it.
I have a winner already, but what do you guys say so I can overrule you?
I like Damien's bike.
The last one.
The last one with the saddlebags.
I like it, but he said he already had a lot of taco sauce.
He did.
And
Um,
you shouldn't get disqualified for supporting one of our sponsors, by the way.
I agree. And he's got seat concept.
Which he's done a good. He's got multiple. Actually, a lot of these guys have multiple concepts. But
Right.
I honestly, what I liked more about that entire set of photos, I like the smile on the ding dong that crashed in the mud hole. What's
Yeah.
our ding dong's name?
Joe Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Joe.
For me, it was going to be
Joe's-
Joe or Mike Warren.
Joe looked like he was having a good time.
he looked like he was having a good time, and his bike looked like it could use some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the other ones kind of had a lot of the stuff, and they're good, and I think that's great. But I think, and I don't want crash photos to come in, like we're not giving it to girls anymore. So if you're a girl, Logan said he wanted more girls to watch this show, so I can't do that. Okay, so if you're a girl, maybe the first girl that takes a picture with her and the bike wins the next one. But we're not going to win just because you're crash photos, and you don't have to be a KTM just to win. But I like that it wins for the smile. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah. He's got his glasses on. We're
all in agreement. What does Logan say? He's going to disqualify us?
It was the first one and the last one for me.
For me, it was.
I'm going with first one.
We'll go with this one. For me, it was either the first one, Joe, or it was the 525, since he's just been keeping it going since 2005.
Right.
But cool. All right, Joe Lindbergh, go ahead and reach out to me at Matt@JimmyLewis Off-Road, and we will get you set up. Congratulations. And that has been Rooster Endo, brought to you by Tacomoto.co.
Congrats, Joe.
Yeah. So if you need a moto doctor, Taco Mike is there to help.
Yeah.
Okay. What I was going to talk about? Well, do we talk about like Logan went racing?
Yeah. Did we want Logan to hop on for this? Or
sure. He can. There at the wide shot. Are we picking up the third camera, or is that changed now?
Oh no, the third camera is still here. Like there's still Jimmy Cam. It's just I haven't really been talking enough for it to be on me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if we can get Logan over there in there, he can. If he just leaves it on the, or actually you can switch with Cooper and then.
I was gonna say we'll boot Cooper out because Cooper, you know how to press buttons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we might just leave it on wide. We'll just leave it on wide.
Did he learn this today?
I know how to press.
Hey, good job, guys, because no technical difficulties that I can see on my end.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. You left and it got really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go surfing tomorrow, so screw you. I'll stay here.
Sounds good. I'm gonna probably work tomorrow. I'm gonna work on trying to get some more money for Dirt Bike Test.
Okay. Yeah. If you're looking to sponsor a show just like this, or whatever, we don't do any other shows. Did you? So this new idea you have is with Trevor. Is it having to do with a whole nother show?
It's essentially kind of an extended version of what this next segment's going to be. Of
Roost on Logan?
No, not Roost on Logan, but no. So essentially the idea is like where, I don't know, everyone who's involved with Dirt Bike Test, everyone who's testing that week, essentially we have like a one big Zoom meeting. We just kind of all talk about what we're going to be doing that week.
Oh, that could be pretty good. Hey,
yeah, so that way
Heather,
the people get to see.
You're getting text messages on your screen here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. I'm reading all of Heather's text messages on her.
Oh
iPad.
wow!
I didn't.
They're not seeing it.
I kind of no. It's just on the thing. I didn't think that. I thought I was going to be back in studio. To be honest with you, it was good. But I'm glad you guys are putting up with slack. But Logan, you had a big race this weekend.
Yes. Whoa.
And the only reason you got to race is because it was your sister's birthday.
Yep.
And she wanted to go hang out at the races.
Yes, she did.
For all the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So
Good for her.
does she have a lot of friends at the races, Logan?
Yeah.
So how'd that go for you?
Busy.
I love how concise his race interviews are.
Yeah. Well, he's known for talking. This is it.
Right.
By the way, welcome to the show, Logan. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Nice to see you. All those episodes you've done, you got to teach Cooper over there the anti-deer in the headlights thing. Yeah.
Time?
No, Cooper's been on like 3 times now. He co-hosted when Logan got COVID or whatever Logan was dying from last time.
Wait, is this his third or fourth time?
Third time in a row.
Okay. Oh, consecutive.
Yeah.
Or second in a row.
Oh, don't worry, Logan. He's gonna kick you out pretty soon.
I was hoping.
Sorry. Don't worry, Logan. You're going to be kicking me out.
You got to keep the younger generation just replacing.
Right.
That's how we keep the pay scale down. Somehow.
Right. Well, Logan isn't he the replacement for my replacement's replacement at this point for like?
Yeah, it was something like that.
There's a lot of
Hey, but the other important question, like while we're getting the Logan interview, is Mojave Bob asleep yet?
No,
he's actually been wide awake this whole time, which is surprising because he's not hearing anything that you're having to say. It's like he's a little bit more interested once you left.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is like my droning voice isn't putting him to sleep over there.
The Jimmy voice ASMR.
Well, like Sean Casey might have had a point.
Yeah.
To make me shut up. Okay. So Logan, you took the 2022 YZ125 out to the Works race up in Utah.
Yes.
And aside from being very busy with all your sister's friends, you pulled some hole shots.
Two. Yes.
Which was because of a red flag, unfortunately.
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Because if in that race where you pulled the hole shot and then the bike, because you left the choke on?
One, I was tied. The first one, I was pretty much tied for a hole shot. And the choke was on. And then the second one, it was choke off and going.
So that doesn't say a ton for your competitor's ability to run through the gears.
No.
But you got a good reaction time there. You got a good jump, and even with the choke, you're able to get the first turn.
Not a great jump with the choke on. Yes.
And so then you got your restart. How'd the race go?
Didn't see many people the entire time. Thought that was weird.
But you got third.
Yes.
And so you didn't see the two guys go blowing by you?
That was in the first turn. And then after
you got
that,
the whole shot.
Yeah.
Where do they measure the whole shot these days? Like,
well, it was a drift. So the line was like in a half a turn, and then the first real turn, 90 degree, was when they got me.
So the second turn.
Were you on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Why didn't you clean them out?
I don't know.
Nice.
We're trying to get Logan into this winning mentality.
The guy that took out who punted that other guy.
I don't know. Anyways, Heather's over
Justin
here. Heather's over here ready to help coach you a little bit for the racing technique.
Like instead of the pie that we teach, instead of the cornering pie, it's just whatever. If you see a bike in front of you, wait until your bike's pointing towards that, and then you get on the throttle.
Yeah.
How many times have you had to listen to that speech I do about the not the pie section of the turn, where to do the braking and where I make sure I line up? Because if you said outside, I'm like, what are you thinking? I was going to go off on you there, but now you said you're on the inside. It's like, how can they get by you on the inside? They have to come through you at that point. You just, Justin Barsha?
How many classes are there in a year?
How many classes do we have in a year?
Yeah.
Like 10.
6, 7.
10 at the school. So but you guys are over there having your little huddle while I'm giving my boring speech.
It's the coaching. We're forming a coaching union. It's just the talks have been ongoing for quite a few years
times
now. Yeah.
I've heard it 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, so what did you decided to race even that YZ125 in the open race? Yeah.
The 125 race and then the age group race.
So you raced 450s on your 125.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where the Logan interviews get really good, because you're gonna say more than like 3 words, I hope. What was the reason for riding the 125 versus the KTM 300 XC?
It was fun. It was something different and a thorough review.
You did a thorough review of the bike when you rode it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have. Yep.
Do you write more than you talk?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
If I had, you don't.
No.
Well, can you talk into your phone and make words come out of it, like text to speech or something?
About 3.
It'd be really great for business writing, really short, concise, to the point.
One of the toughest tasks of somebody that's writing is to be concise, because it's so easy. It's kind of like my verbal diarrhea speak, and I just keep going all the time. You have a skill there. I think you just need to polish it a little bit. So between the two of you guys, we need to get a YZ125 test out.
Ooh, let's do it.
So
Yeah.
So that would require some writing or talking into your phone or mind melding, whatever you kids do these days.
Oh, we should record a video too.
Record a video. Did you do a TikTok on the YZ125 yet?
No.
Did you see a picture on the Instagrams of Matt's girlfriend with blue hair?
I did not.
You did
It's
not?
blue.
Oh, you're not following Matt on Instagram?
Oh,
Yeah.
I follow him on Snapchat, and I saw a blonde girl, but
A blonde girl.
it turns out that
Yeah.
might not be her.
Oh, don't.
That's okay. Is this the cat girl, Matt?
Yes, it is the one where
It is.
I visited her place and I started breaking out into hives from the cat hair,
Oh,
and yeah, I had a hard time breathing, so that was not a good time.
Right. So good. So good things. You guys had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Thinking about your ladies more than the dirt bikes, but sometimes things get in the way.
Mhm.
If I'm just going to give you some advice here. When you park the dirt bike and you're done with it for a little while to go visit your ladies, the dirt bike doesn't come and want to know where you're at.
Mhm.
That's the nugget of knowledge for this show.
You don't have to tell me. I already know. I already know this. The young one. We need to teach the young ones here, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, do we have any other questions that popped up in the chats? All that stuff.
Not
Hey,
a whole
where's
lot that
Victor?
I've seen.
Where's
He's not.
Victor
I haven't
at?
seen him tonight.
must be on jail.
It's back in
In
Facebook.
Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, hey, I want to thank everybody for watching the show, joining in. Thanks for the stupid questions. Thanks for the good questions. Thanks for commenting. You can always subscribe, tell a friend about this. There's lots of different ways to, help promote this. And hopefully you've gained a little bit of knowledge in this, whether it's, you're a young kid that you wish you were on TikTok right now, but you're watching this wherever you found it, and you realize that motorcycles are better than girlfriends, or you figured out that you should run regular size tubes instead of a moose, which 50-50. What else do we tell people about? CD Crossfire boots. Oh, I got to talk about Crest suspension.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought we were missing out. We were supposed to do a segment about talking about what you're testing or what you have tested.
That's right, and that's the way we're gonna wrap up the show.
Okay.
So you don't have to go to the very end. Why don't you, right before I do this, why don't you read off a nice list of our sponsors while I collect my thoughts?
Right. So we want to thank Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, and Seat Concepts. And we also want to thank Yamaha with their where you can experience pure performance and exhilarating power with the full line of Yamaha YZ 2-stroke bikes. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to explore what's new for 2022. The revised YZ125 makes for the perfect hole shot device that you can leave the choke on for. It features an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes, suspension settings, improved rider ergonomics, and new aggressive styling, and more. The YZ250 also delivers improved rider ergonomics, new front and rear brakes, updated suspension settings, and aggressive styling. For a truly race-inspired look, check out the YZ250 and YZ125 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, the YZ65, 85, and YZ85LW deliver big bike specs in a smaller package. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com, find your Yamaha YZ, and enter the victory zone today.
Okay, so right before I got into the thing, Logan, did you wear climb gear today?
Nothing climb.
Nothing climb.
Scott?
So I went. Did you wear? Oh,
that's it.
So since you got the whole shot, you didn't have to use the tear offs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time. Okay, so this went up on dirtbiketest.com. That's www.dirtbiketest.com. I put up the test of the Kreft suspension, which I've actually been working on way too long. I got just distracted, lazy. It didn't get written up because I wanted to make sure I had it on point. And so I've moved the suspension around to a couple different bikes just to make sure that I felt, and I did a lot of back to back. And so we put it on a 2019, I believe, KTM 500. It was just the stock WP Explorer stuff. And Kreft has basically they have something called revalve control, which is kind of their highlight feature that they put in the Explorer fork. So it gives it a true kind of a mid-speed valve adjustment, which is sort of what you do when you revalve. A lot of times, a lot of the suspension valving is done in the mid-speed valving, which you can't get to. And they've developed an adjuster that kind of controls this. The other stuff they did to our fork was they put an independent compression and rebound control, which the forks already have, but now it has the compression and rebound on the top and the bottom of the fork. And then they do a lot of finishes. They micro polish the fork sliders. They did a shock body and a reservoir, and the reservoir has essentially you got to look at the picture of the thing. It's this turbine kind of flow, the way that it runs the oil through the shock reservoir. So it's kind of some interesting stuff. It's about $2,200 worth of suspension modifications, and we got the full boat. They wanted to show us what they were capable of making this KTM suspension do. And frankly, I was really impressed, especially with the fork right off the bat. And I've ridden with kit suspension bikes, the cone valve forks and factory forks and all this different stuff on a lot of different bikes. And what those always have is what I call a dead planet feel. And it's the ability to have the fork be stiff, but not harsh. And that's what this Kreft setup did with a stock, essentially a stock Explorer fork. And the hard thing for me is I actually like the stock EXC suspension. I've liked it for quite some time. And I actually think it's gotten better and better. And that's where I differ from everybody else, because everybody else says, oh, it's horrible. And even Kreft will tell you, like, the stock components are substandard or they're not capable of doing that much. And they have graphs and charts that show you what the stock stuff does versus what their stuff does. Now, the reason I'm different is because I think where they've set the stock stuff for the regular rider is actually pretty good. And you're not going to hear this from other journalists because they're all better than the bikes, and they'll tell you, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you have to send your suspension away. And it's a real easy thing to say, but I like the stock stuff. So me sending suspension out to get it done, especially by somebody I've not worked with before, is kind of a risk because I'm already taking something off the bike that I know how to set up. I can click it around a little bit, add a little bit of oil, and this is what I do with the stock stuff. And I can get it really good. Or I have my usual suspension tuner, which is George at ESP, who knows me because he worked with me since the late 80s, actually, was doing my stuff. So he knows my characteristic. He knows what I like. So he knows what a stock set does. And I can send it to him. We can talk very quickly. And I say, I want a little bit more here, a little less here, vice, whatever it is. And he knows how to do it. But for me to just take a suspension and send it up there to Kreft up in Bend, Oregon, is a little bit of a reach. But their customer service was like first class. They sent down a really nice box that I just put the suspension in, shipping label, off and gone. They had one of their suspension technicians call me. We spent a lot of time on the phone, which I told them kind of what I said. I like the stock stuff. This is what I would like to have improved. And one of the things I said I like the initial softness or the initial plushness of the stock stuff. And I like the bottoming resistance the stock has. Other than that, I feel like it moves too much in the middle of the stroke. And I just hear people say, oh, it's too stiff or it's too soft, and whatever that means. But so I'm kind of in the middle there. I like this initial softness, and I like the bottoming resistance, even with the PDS shock. And so got it back. They did all this stuff to it. Got it back, put it on. Initially, I was very happy with the fork. The shock matched, and it was balanced with the fork, except for the bottoming. And it right away, it was so good on the upper 2/3 of the stroke, and then it would blow through and bottom too much for me. And so I called him and said, hey, I think everything's pretty good, but I really couldn't even get a great feel for the fork because the shock didn't have the safety built into it. And I went and spent a little bit of time clicking around, see if I could get it. I actually changed springs. I went up a spring rate. I did a couple different other things to see maybe I soften the front end up. Maybe the fork was stiff enough to cause it. And it was like, no, it's bottoming too much. So we went ahead and sent it back. They did another setting, tried some stuff, and it came back and it was still too soft. And then they kind of thought, oh, what are you doing with this thing? Like, how are you, why is it bottoming out so much? And I think just they're being Pacific Northwest and being a little more, like I would call it trail oriented, or thinking they're a little more trail oriented. I don't think they understood my kind of, I would say, a little bit off the scale need for excessive, some better bottoming control. But they went ahead and did another setting, and it came back and it was better, quite a bit better than it was quite a bit better than the 2 times before. And at least now it matched the stock bottoming resistance, which I feel is really, really good on that bike. And so now it kept that good same upper 2/3 of the stroke. And then it had a very controlled bottoming, which I like for safety. So when I slam into something I don't want to hit, or I jump a little bit farther than I want, it's not so much the bottoming, it's the way the bike rebounds, especially on a PDS shock. You want to be able to control this. So all good. And overall, I was really impressed. And the revalve control does exactly what they market it to do. It's like essentially with clicks, now you're getting a different damping character in the mid-speed control of the shock. And I found by using their suspension setting chart, which, like I said, this first class customer service comes with really nice documentation. They send you all your used parts. But if you want to know more about this, the easy thing to do is go to dirtbiketest.com. I'm going to put up a video specifically on this soon, where I'll probably say almost the exact same thing I just told you. Anyways, price is pretty high, but it's common. If you're going to have that level of work done, and there is a lot of work that's done to this stuff to get the finishes and have the extra parts put in, pretty reasonable. And it actually, it's like getting kit suspension using your stock components for about half the price is kind of to sum that up as quickly as I could. So that's what I think. Any questions?
No, because I actually read the article earlier. So
did I say the same thing?
Pretty much. Like, you just summed up your article, and I think we should have. So if that was too long for you, if you got bored of hearing me talk, Sean Casey, we're gonna have Logan now summarize that. Mm-hmm. Okay, go.
Tried it on many different bikes. Went back to back with what Jimmy likes and what he would have wanted. And I think he found it. And it's worth money if you're willing to put it up there. And
is it better? Is it better than dad's suspension setting with the front forks?
Whew.
Actually, we should have your dad needs to ride that front fork and see what he thinks.
Yes.
He
needs to ride any front fork and figure out what he's missing.
He's picky with the front forks. So
have you heard it?
Does it clank again?
Yeah.
Oh,
something's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's our dirt bike test product tested of the week. I don't know what we're going to work on next week. What are we going to work on next week?
I think we're going to work on getting me to say less ums. I think that's what we're going to work on.
Okay.
Yeah. Too many ums and uhs. I need to dial it back in. We need to bring up the pull up and push up counter.
Oh, yeah,
that's what I feel like.
That was good for all. Yeah. The worst thing is actually having to listen back to yourself. So awesome. No more questions in the chat. Other than that,
I think we're all good.
Ready to send it. Well, hey, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you guys for holding down the fort there. Everybody's good. Thank all of our sponsors again. They're making this thing come live to you every week. Thanks our top fans, regular viewers, all that stuff. Our numbers have been going up, which is awesome. So thanks for sharing it. And with that, Logan, you're going to do the end of the show read for the podcast.
Oh,
I
was the producer. Why can't the host do that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking Cooper and I were going to tag team it because Logan's been slaving away with the buttons.
Okay, you guys be in charge. I'll see you out there soon. And get up on that roof and get that squeaky wheel fixed.
All right.
You remember how to end the show?
We'll see you out on the trails.
Trails.
Cheers.
See you guys.